If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome back, and here we go. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. The moment you've all been waiting for here this football offseason. Derek Stevens, Mike Palm, Jeff Benson from Circa in studio to announce their plans for the upcoming football season. Gentlemen, good afternoon. How is everybody doing?
Wonderful. Thanks for having us.
You bet. We're kind of like pals and amigos and sardines here packed in today.
Thank God we got Jeff. It's football, tight splits.
Jeff makes up the difference. You know,
Why did Jeff? There's one shorter chair. Why did he get the short? Look at this.
This is VSiN.
I drew the short stick, boys.
You know, as Catholics and Christians, Easter is a big day annually for most people, but schedule announces right up there.
Oh, it's huge. This is it, right? Okay, so Derek, we're going to get to the new wrinkle that you have, the ace up your sleeve, coming up in 15 minutes. We'll get to Survivor here with Mike Palm in a little bit, but Jeff, you are going to unveil the plans for Circa Millions this year. Go ahead, the floor is yours.
Yeah, obviously excited to bring this back for the 6th year. A lot of this stuff really hasn't changed from last year. I think when you have such a great contest and you do so many things right, you don't want to change what works. So for us, we're going to bring back the Circa Million basically in the same format from last year. The guarantee will be $6 million. And for those, new listeners, basically it's $1,000 dinner, 5 entries per person max. And you're making 5 picks against the spread every week. So we'll put out the spreads on Thursday morning, and they're static lines. They don't change. This is a traditional pick'em contest. You get 1 point for each correct selection, and then a half a point for every push. And so for us, it's a great contest. You get to test yourself against a lot of other elite handicappers, over the course of a season and over the course of each individual quarter. So for us, obviously, we're guaranteeing $6 million in total prizes. If we don't get 6,000 entries, which Derek will remind me, we've never gotten up to this point, we will then foot the bill to get to that $6 million. Last year, we got 5,817 entries. Hopefully, we get to 6,000 this year. Obviously, any entries that go over the 6,000 number will go into the quarter and the full season prizes. If you're lucky enough to win the contest, you're going to win $1 million for first. Also, you'll win a coveted blue jacket. And then we have $3.65 million in cash prizes that get paid out to places 2 through 100. So obviously, there were a ton of people that did well last year. I believe somewhere in the top 10, they all made 6 figures plus. So it's like I said, it really rewards you for, putting together a really strong season over the course of the 18 weeks. And then, obviously, we've added the quarters, which isn't something new. That's something we've done here for the last couple of years. $300,000 per quarter. Quarter 1 and 3 are 4-week quarters. Quarter 2 and 4 are 5-week quarters. $150,000 for first, $60,000 for second, $40,000 for third, $15,000 for fourth, and $10,000 for fifth. So obviously, you can get off to a bad start. You may not necessarily think you're in it for the full season in terms of prizes, but you run hot for 4 or 5 weeks, and it's really life-changing money. You can get a nice 6-figure score, and there's different ways that if you don't have a good season, over the 18 weeks, that you can make some money in the contest. So a lot of different ways to win, and then obviously we have the quarterly booby prize for last place. There's some game theory in that in terms of people going against the moves, the consensus moves, and things like that. You get $25,000 for first place for the quarterly booby, and then we have the full season booby as well. So people get off to a bad start, and then they flip from trying to pick winners to trying to pick losers, which is just as every bit difficult. You can win $100,000 for the last place booby prize, and then $50,000 for second place. So, like I said, a lot of different ways to win in this traditional pick 'em against the spread football contest, and we're going to continue to roll out a lot of what we did last year that made the contest successful.
Very good. The quarterly booby, only one winner unless there's a dead heat.
Unless there's a dead heat, yeah, that gets chopped. If there's two people, you each get 12-5. But yeah, only one quarterly booby, and then 1 through 5th in terms of the MVP bonus prizes.
Okay, what were the discussions like about keeping it at $6 million for the guarantee?
Well, I mean, if you ask Mike, he and I are always trying to rein in Derek, but I think until we've gone over that 6,000 number, keeping it at 6 million made a lot of sense. Hopefully this year, if we're able to get over that 6,000 threshold, which we've gotten closer every year and seen the contest grow. I think the hope would be that maybe in future seasons we could, bump that number up, maybe make the quarterly prizes a little bit deeper, maybe pay out more than 100 people, stuff like that. But we got to get to that 6,000 entry before we can increase the guarantee.
Okay. And now the contest that took off like wildfire over the last couple of years, Circa Survivor, Mike, what are the details on this bad boy?
Well, it's basically we're running it back, obviously, Mitch. And the big question is the guarantee. Just to say, it's the same 20-pick format. You have your 18 weeks, and then the 3 games on Thanksgiving plus the Black Friday game are their own separate week. That's 13A and 13B. And then, thank you to the commissioner, we got 3 games on Christmas, so that becomes its own week as well, 17A. So if you run it all the way through, it's 20 picks. It is still a $1,000 buy-in. It is still a 10 max entry. When you look at the history, in the past 2 years, 2 years ago, we guaranteed $8 million, and we got to 9.2. Last year, we guaranteed 10, and we saw the big leap to 14.2. So this was the debate. What would the guarantee be? And, Derek says we always must move forward. We are moving forward in 4th gear. The guarantee is $15 million.
I mean, he threw out $100 million, and me and Mike really had to walk it back.
First of all, I threw out no guarantee. If you recall the meeting, I said, is it big enough that we don't need a guarantee? And Derek called that one of the most lunatic ideas.
So then Derek throws out 100. I table 15, and that's where we landed.
Did you really throw out 100?
No, they're embellishing. No. Not that I recollect.
Did you ever consider? Did you want a bigger number than 15?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, we have to be reasonable. That last year we guaranteed 10, and then I think a couple things happened. When we thought about it, well, we hit 10. Yeah, we'll hit 10. And I think we did the show with you guys. If well, we hit 11, maybe 12. But it was really the last 10 days where things really took off. We had this show, the Circa Survivor. That documentary came out. And I think that really, really pushed the entries in the last 2 weeks. So we got us to 14.2. So no, I feel pretty good. We guaranteed 10 million last year. Now we're guaranteeing 15 million. Mm-hmm. It's the big. Not only the increase in the guarantee is bigger than any other football contest ever. So I feel pretty good about it.
The world's largest legal Survivor contest.
Yeah, the no spend zone here, huh? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If we get 15 million, it's disappointing, though. Right? I mean, we got to hope that we're going to grow this to 20 now and keep this trajectory. I mean, you probably have a number higher than 20.
I'll put it this way. If I could bet on, if you made that on the board right now, how many entries will you guys get in Survivor and made it like 18,999? I'd bet over.
Yeah.
Wow. I'd bet over 19.5 probably.
It's just exploded.
And so, I mean, the feedback that you guys also get, because I'm guessing that you guys sit down with proxies all the time, and what are you hearing? Like, what's the grapevine telling you? They have to be telling you that 20,000's within play, probably, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think, every time we've talked to the proxies, we try to get a little feel. Hey, what do your customers think? How much do they like it? We take into account, people that get knocked out in the first week, and it's the first time, they might have an emotion of being bitter. They may not come back. But if somebody's made it to week 7 or 8 and they've enjoyed it a little bit, they're probably coming back. And oftentimes, they're going to say, I was in 1, I'm going 2 this year, that type of thing.
For sure.
So I think the general feedback we had was that we think it can grow, and that's why we felt comfortable, bumping it to 15 million.
Here is what the commercial is going to look and sound like here on VSiN and beyond this year.
Derek, what's the guarantee? Derek?
Mike, time to make history.
Players at Circa Million make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries choose one team each week with no point spread. The last one standing wins it all.
We have $21 million on the line. Are you in? Visit circasports.com for details.
There you go. There you have it. Sharp.
Good job.
Great idea.
Yeah, a couple of key notes. Obviously, sign-ups start tomorrow morning at any of our Nevada properties. 9 a.m. We'll get sign-ups rolling. I know some of the proxies have reached out. We got people itching to be the first people to sign up. So that'll begin in earnest tomorrow. And for those looking to come out, obviously stay with us while they get signed up. We've put together some room offers. So if you have 1 to 9 entries in either contest, you get 50% off for 2 nights at Circa, which is a great deal. And then obviously if you have 10+ entries combined in either contest, you get a 2-night comp at Circa for up to 2 nights. So if people do want to book those offers, they're more than welcome to reach out to myself, the rest of our team, or handle it at the counter, and we'll get people all squared away there.
Very good. And you said the key phrase there too, because the question that we get a lot on the show anyway is, hey, can I sign up in Illinois? Hey, can I sign up in Kentucky? Can I sign up? You can't.
Yeah, for right now, it's too hard to commingle all the contests in the different states that we operate in. So everything right now is Nevada-based. You can come out here, you can get coordinated with a proxy and sign up, but the contest is Nevada-based at the moment, and you do have to do so here in the state.
Very good. Okay, we're going to continue with Derek Stevens, Jeff Benson, Mike Palm here at Circa Sports. And coming up next, Derek's going to unveil the new wrinkle, the ace up his sleeve. I guess we're going to be floored probably by what he's going to announce. I have no idea.
I was floored.
You're floored.
That doesn't happen very often.
Okay, yeah. All right. I can't wait. That's coming up next year and Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Big day here on VSiN. It's Follow the Money. Mitch Moss, Pauly Howard, along with Derek Stevens, Mike Palm, Jeff Benson from here at Circa. They talked about the contest this year, Millions and Survivor in the first segment. You can always go back and watch and listen on the VSiN Watch app. And Derek Stevens now, we've been waiting here like for weeks because this has been like under lock and key. Hardly anybody knows. You won't even give us a hint on this, but you have like an ace up your sleeve for something new evidently this year.
Well, I appreciate you waiting, Mitch. To be honest, this is something that we've had up our sleeve for a couple of years, but we didn't think 2 years ago was the right time to do it. Last year, we didn't think it was the right time to do it, and this year we do. We've always felt that there was a need for a high-stakes Circa Survivor contest. We wanted to do that under the Circa Sports umbrella, but we didn't want to do that a couple years ago because we were making a big step up in Circa Survivor to guarantee $8 million. We went over to just over to $9 million, as Mike had said, and then last year we guaranteed $10 million, and we thought that was a big gulp. We got to 14. We felt that we didn't want to do something that could potentially cannibalize this unbelievable story of Circa Survivor. But this year's a little different. We think we kind of came up with something that we're all very excited about, a high-stakes Circa Survivor. It's going to be called Circa Grandissimo. Now, let me explain what Grandissimo is. Grandissimo was the name of a project that was going to be Jay Sarno's project. Jay Sarno is an individual who is most famously known because he's the guy that invented and founded Caesar's Palace. His second project was Circus Circus. We celebrate him at the Legacy Club with a bust. And his third project was going to be the biggest project in world history, the biggest project in Vegas history, a 10,000-room luxury VIP hotel resort. He never got there, and it never got built. It did influence Vegas, though, because 10 years later, the Mirage came out. And then that was really a defining moment in Vegas history. So it had an impact. We wanted to kind of celebrate a little bit of the history of Jay Sarno, and we felt the thought process of Grandissimo would be the perfect wording for this exclusive, high-stakes Survivor that we've built here. So effectively, what we're doing is we've created another version of Circa Survivor with 3 changes. The first change, you'll be limited to only 2 entries. In Circa Survivor, you're limited to 10. Here, in this high-stakes Circa Grandissimo, 2 entries maximum. Number 2, because this is a first-year football contest, it's something that we've started up on our grassroots. We put a guarantee out there. We're going to start where we always start. We're going to start with a $1.5 million guarantee in Circa Grandissimo. And then the last variant for Circa Grandissimo is really the big one. The entry fee will be $100,000. So $100,000 entry fee, $1.5 million guaranteed. If we get more than 15 entries into Circa Grandissimo, it all goes back into the pot, just like all of our other contests. No rake, nothing taken out. It all goes back to the pot. And we've always felt that there is such a need for a higher stakes Circa Survivor. We just wanted to do something that we didn't think would cannibalize the growth of the original Circa Survivor. Mm-hmm. This was going to be the next big step. I think there's enough people out here that want to do it, and I'm hopeful that we get some people signing up soon.
To add on to that, obviously, we wanted to do, a grand experience for all those people who get to be a part of this. Obviously, the stakes are much different than Circa Survivor, Circa Million. So what the grand Circa Grandissimo experience comes with is a 3-night stay in our Founder Suite. You get a chef's table at Barry's Downtown Prime. You get round-trip flight on JSX. You'll get a exclusive stadium swim experience. You get a premium whiskey tasting at Legacy Club. You get a curated dining experience at Andiamo Steakhouse. Instead of the hats for either one of the contests, you'll get an inaugural Class G4 jacket, limo transportation to and from the airport, and then you also get a year-long subscription to VSiN.
Wow. Holy smokes.
Well done.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so certainly a lot of different amenities that are very exclusive to signing up for the contest that people do not have to come out of pocket for. That'll all be provided by Circa, and it's a nice little throw in and add-on for those people who are participating in this inaugural high-stakes football contest.
100,000. Mike, you love this idea?
Well, where do I begin? I mean, I think Derek has captured the spirit of Grandissimo, which is a book that he gave us as a Christmas gift in 2013. He gave to many members of his team. And just a trivia, still the most expensive Christmas gift we've ever got. But I think he's captured the essence of this grandiose and luxurious. I mean, think about this. I asked him, you're not going to take a rake? I mean, this is a pretty high customer acquisition cost for this. And JSX, who we made friends with during the Crown, right? They fly out of 13 cities, 12 on the West Coast and Dallas. So you get the trip if you live in one of those cities, or you can get to one of those. If you're in Minot, it's not going to happen. But what a convenient way if you want to bring 200,000 cash. It's a lot better than flying on Delta, I think, to fly through JXS. So,
yeah, right.
Look, we're very excited to see everybody's reaction. That's what I would say.
I can't wait to look at the email. I can't wait to look at social media. We're going to read, by the way, your reaction to that. FTM@vsin.com is the email. FTM at vsin.com. You can get at us, by the way, on X, the best way for us to read during the show, at vsin live, at Mitch Moss Radio, at Pauly Howard. I can't wait to see what the reaction is going to be so we can read it after you guys are done here today. That's 100. I was not expecting that.
You know what I think, Mitch, Pauly, what I think is going to be so amazing, you're going to see someone that has participated in Circa Survivor over the last few years, been in for 10 entries, and they're going to get in with a partner or something like that to get into Circa Grandissimo. And then we're going to get to talk and watch the game theory, the strategy, and how different it is. For example, this year, you've got 3 teams, Chiefs, Lions, Cowboys. They play Thanksgiving and they play Christmas, meaning that they're a little more important than usual when you've got teams that play on both holidays. Maybe they're a little more valuable to save in Circa Survivor. But in Circa Grandissimo, I don't know about that. The Lions play week 4 at home against the Browns. I might want to shoot them. I might not be worried about Thanksgiving in Circa Grandissimo. Sure. If I only have 10, 15, 30 contestants I'm going against, the importance of Thanksgiving and Christmas goes down. You gotta bull rush. You gotta drive. You gotta survive. A little less Merlin reversal. A lot more bull rush right here. Yeah. You gotta win week after week. So I think really what we've noticed is the excitement that happens at the end of the season with Circa Survivor. What we're doing is we're kind of juicing it up and accelerating that right into September and October. We're going to pay it off, once it hits, we're going to pay it off the next weekend. So I think we're going to try to take some of that, a little bit of those last few weeks of that amount of adrenaline and excitement, and we're juicing it right up front.
Well done, gentlemen.
Okay.
Number one, you don't want to bother Benson and say, what can you do for me when you wake up and realize I didn't get my pick in. So even if you're a local, you need to have a proxy. I'll say that. You got to get a proxy. And also, the schedules are available. $9.99, the one in front of me. So go to the gift shop at the D or Circa. You get the big boy or the little guy as well with the schedule, and you have to get that as well. As always, CircaLasVegas.com. And you have to get in all these contests, and you can also do it for free. Winner Circle Proxy giving away 1 free entry to each contest plus full proxy service. You'll be paired with the VSiN host for strategy all season long. Enter now for your chance to win. WinnerCircleProxy.com/VSiN. WinnerCircleProxy.com/VSiN.
That's awfully generous. The 100,000 entry to Grandissimo. I mean, that's a pretty big advertising. It's at every contest.
They're going to have to rewrite that script.
Can we get to Jeff? Can we get to 15?
I think we get to 15.
What does that look for, Mike?
But there'll be 15 VSiN hosts in it, for God's sakes.
Well, maybe a few cocktailers up at Stadium Swim, a few bartenders.
Yeah. Poker players, the poker community.
Players.
Oh, absolutely.
This is going to be huge for them.
Sean Perry written all over it.
For those that are listening, obviously we're guaranteeing $22.5 million combined in all 3 contests. Sign-ups start tomorrow, 9 a.m. at any of our Nevada properties. If you go to circasports.com, you'll be able to find all the information, the official rule sets, and anything else that you'd like to know about each specific contest and any other questions you may have.
Very good. I think we got everything in there, right? But to clarify, your mad scientist rules for Survivor is going to translate into Grandissimo as well, right?
Correct. The rule set will carry over.
The holiday. Okay. All right.
If it ends early, you don't have to wait to January to get paid for Grandissimo. You get paid 1 week later.
So. 1 week later, that's going to get all paid out.
Yeah.
Great job, guys.
All right, guys. That was excellent.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thank you for popping that with us here. We'll respond to that. We'll give you our reaction and get your reaction to that as well coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Welcome back. Still trying to catch my breath from the previous segment.
I was close. I said 10,000.
Yeah, you were right in the ballpark there. You nailed it pretty much.
Oh, wow. He came heavy.
So, Grandissimo, Circa Grandissimo. And as Mike Palm alluded to on his way out the door, the normal Survivor contest here at Circa shall now be known as Baby Survivor. Circa Grandissimo is a $100,000 entry. Their new contest. You can get 2 of them. You can get 2 of those bad boys, and they're going to guarantee $1.5 million. So it would take 15 people, obviously, to get to that guarantee.
Wow.
Did you say the one person already said I'm in?
Yeah, we already. Yeah, the guy wired the money in. The guy's signing up tomorrow, so they got one.
Oh my God!
They got one already. Yep, the guy's set 9 a.m. He's going to sign up tomorrow.
This is from my buddy Ben. Ben in Nova Scotia. Good to hear from you, buddy. He said, "Hey, what do you think? You want to split a couple of Grandissimos? Let's go, buddy. Let's rock and roll."
Wow.
We could have had.
You're right about the poker players. You're right now with the $1.5 million guaranteed. Same rules, and now I'm anxious to see here how many people come in and if they can get the 15 and how partner up and what this looks like. It's incredible. I certainly wasn't expecting that. I thought he wouldn't go 50, went 100.
Well, so and how about this now? Another dimension to it. Benson and I briefly talked about this after the segment was over with. So let's say that you want to get involved, right? But you don't want to do the 100,000 on your own. Little steep, but you can do like a fifth of that. And you come up with 5 partners overall in one entry.
Right.
And you split it 5 ways, 20 dimes each.
Yeah. You imagine
what's the power of, who's going to break down week 1, week 2, week 3 overall and the strategy of it? What if a guy loves a game in week 3, another guy hates it? That's a lot of money to be, screwing around with then. And
certainly not getting a pick in either. Imagine if that happens.
Well, I think
it's another one. You see crazy stuff all the time, though, where people late in the season, all this money on the line. Oh, I overslept. Something happened. What? So that's always the same line. We joke, but it's true with Benson. Hey, what can you do for me?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Well, I forgot, or I overslept.
I think we're probably safe.
Life got in the way. I don't know.
Would you want to take a bet on that? Will somebody forget to get a pick in for Circa Grandissimo this year? I'll say no chance, and I'll lay $5.
Okay. Well, again, you got to call Winner's Circle Proxy though too.
Yeah.
That's the other one.
Right.
I don't care even if you're a local. That's what happened a couple of years ago. The guy was deep in Survivor. He's a local. I think he worked at the Win. He overslept.
Right.
Woke up at like 4 o'clock. Whoops! There you go. I'm out. What can you help me out? No.
Now how about this too? It's the same rules though.
Right, yeah.
For Survivor.
And I'm glad Mike said that, too. Once it ends, you get paid a week later. So Derek's right. I can't imagine this goes till Thanksgiving.
No, this would be...
You're right, how I got to use the top teams and different with the strategy, and there certainly will be no Merlin reversal here.
It might... will it go until November? Let's say they get 15 exactly, right? In the contest. You're going to have, this thing could be over with 3 weeks in if the NFL breaks like it did a year ago. It was complete chaos for the first month last year. Mm-hmm. And oh, by the way, with now limited preseason and guys completely like punting on that part, never getting reps in, we're ready to go for week 1. Are you? They weren't last year.
Do you think you'll get the 15?
Yes.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
Because I think the poker community, and again, there are some professional bettors who have a lot of money. Hmm. Now, are they willing to get into a $100,000 contest? That's going to be the question. So will guys who concentrate basically on sports get in, with huge bankrolls? I know that poker players will absolutely get into this thing. Once they hear about this, and they probably already did, and their phones are probably, hey, guys, can you believe this? They just announced it 10 minutes ago, Circa's going to have 100,000. Are you serious? You can get 2 entries? We're all in.
Yeah, I should rephrase it. Can they get 14? He's got the one guy signing up tomorrow. So he's giving away 22.5, as Jeffrey Benson said. Guaranteed. I did not see that one coming.
Overall. That's heavy duty.
Surprise, yep. Good for him.
That's your big boy.
Uh-huh. That's a good question, too, about if you got 3-4 guys in a team, and then you make it deep, this is who has the say, how do you decide, and how will that work with who gets the final say of what the team's going to be?
No rake in any of the contests, and then regular Circa Survivor is going to be $15 million. So that's bumped up big time for where it was last year, like they talked about when it was $10 million. They got to 14.2. I'm quite confident that number is going to sail past 15 million this year. And I think it can touch 20.
Well, it's also so much. It's going to get so much press and publicity, and also what the game theory and what people are going to use right off the bat. What's going to happen? Yeah. By the way, you got the rebuy thing too. Remember, you can use the Thursday Friday game and and rebuy.
That's right.
For the Circa Survivor as well.
That's the only time throughout the entire year.
Right.
They can
You can jump back in before Sunday. And again, everyone's asking, got to enter in Nevada. Visit Circa, the D, Tuscany, Silverton, or the Pass at Water Street in Southern Nevada, or Legends Bay Casino in Northern Nevada. Sign up. Submit your picks throughout the season, any of the books, or via the Circa app, Nevada app only. And then outside Nevada, you need that proxy. Got to have it. So you were going to say? I was going to say some of the candidates right off the bat for week 1. Where's the Bill? The Bills, they're the Sunday night game. The biggest spread you have.
Denver, Tennessee.
Denver, Tennessee.
That's going to be very popular.
Washington at home to the Giants.
That's another one.
But there's not a lot that jumps out. I mean, it's a whole different ball game. Well, it's like, hey, Mitch, you want to get in $500 a guy now? It's supposed to, $100,000 buy-in. You're thinking this through, and if you lose, oh my God.
Sure. I don't know if the the Commanders over the Giants will be as popular as Broncos over the Titans. It's a divisional game.
Yeah.
The Giants did play them tight, right away in that game last year. If they had a kicker, they probably win the game. Also had a really, really good draft. They did bring in, a couple of vets, obviously, at quarterback. And I would stay away from divisional games as much as I possibly could anyway in Survivor. I do think the Broncos against Tennessee will be probably with a bullet, the number 1 pick on the board, but that has not gone well over recent years. Where you have, automatically, they had the number 1 pick in the draft last year, Cam Ward. I love, by the way, what the Titans are saying. They're all splitting reps there at quarterback. Okay, that's fine. If Cam Ward's not your guy from day one, then just, relocate the organization. But so it's going to be picking against him, but also kind of, people are super high on the Broncos this year. The defense only got better with the draft and in the offseason.
What did Chernoff say? Maybe top 10 defense going back a long time.
Several years.
Yeah. The other one, too, is, he's not going to brag, and he doesn't want to, jinx is the right word, but again, everyone you talk to that's been in this or runs this or is affiliated with the contest, snap call. Yeah, you're getting 20,000. Right. Circa Survivor, forget about it. And the poker boom, it does remind me of the main event, World Series of Poker, where it's bigger and bigger and bigger, and people can't get enough of it. And it's just also what James said from Survivor Sweat when he was in studio about how people see it as a business opportunity. Where, hey, I can make it through the first 3 weeks and then flip this and make a profit. Yeah. And that's what several guys did, and he told that story, and that's only going to continue to grow and how people attack it as well.
No doubt. There was a guy from Canada last year who came to Las Vegas. Yeah. He bought 10 entries into Circa Survivor. He made it past week 3, tons of carnage, and he said, okay, I can lock in a profit. Boom, gone. Take all of them off my hands, and that's what he did.
Right.
Profited like that. I also think that
a lot of people sold for like 25, 30,000. That early on, and I remember I asked one guy, I said, why? He goes, I have no confidence in everything I thought, and strategy is blown up to this point.
I remember that, yeah.
I just don't trust anybody, and I got to get out.
I would also say that the $100,000 Grandissimo now, the new contest here, that's going to take off in other wealthy circles where, we're not talking about poker players and, professional sports bettors who have endless bankrolls. That could take off in, Hollywood. Right, that could take off. Imagine.
There are
guys at Wall Street find out about this.
Yeah, there are $250,000, $500,000, $1 million buy-in poker tournaments.
Yep.
That get 20 people in, more than that.
So people in yacht clubs. Is that a thing? Did you see the latest in Rob report? There's a $100,000 buy-in, 1.5 guaranteed. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get in. Mm-hmm. There's maybe that angle. And I do think what you talked about, too, with the amount of hype that Survivor's going to get, both of them will. This is going to be like a news story. And I've said that about Survivor in the past anyway. It should be a national news story with how big it is. And now maybe with the addition of Grandissimo, both of them will be. But
it'll be an eclectic mix of people. That's a great part about it, too. Just like who's in, how many, did you get 2 entries? Who's in?
Yeah.
Is it just you? How many people are on your team? And then the backgrounds and what do you do and all that, right?
Yep.
You wonder if a Bovey or a Frank B could decide to do it. Who knows? Randy McKay, I don't know. This is fascinating.
Yeah.
I certainly wasn't. I know you were floored.
I didn't see 100,000. Come on. My God.
Yeah. Good job.
All right.
They did an excellent job.
Yep. FTM@VSiN.com. Your reaction to that. Up next, Knicks plus a game and a half. Wolves plus 2.5 games. Door number 1 or door number 2 coming up here on Follow the Money.
If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
It's time to play everyone's favorite Follow the Money game. Live from the VSiN studios.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
This is door number 1.
New high score! What does high score mean? New high score, is that bad? What's that mean? Did I break it?
Or door number 2.
You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
Here's Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard.
Let's rock and roll. Here we go. So other than, I guess I can't say this anymore because with the, I almost fell off my chair after I just did, after the $100,000 Survivor. But when I saw this yesterday, could not believe it. Door 1, Mitch. Tigers to win the World Series. 33-17. Run differential's sick. Last 2 times they've had the best record through 50 games in the AL. They've won the pennant. Or door 2. The Celtics are 14-1 to win the title next year?
Good number, huh?
What do you think?
I would go door 1 for several reasons. One, they have the best Tigers here. They have the best record in Major League Baseball. Now, does that mean they're going to have the best record in October? Not necessarily. But I think that overall they're going to win this division, and it is sustainable to the point of where they might get home field in the American League. They also have the best pitcher in the American League, and probably beyond that. They have one of the best run differentials in baseball almost 2 months into the season, and that ticket would go until middle to late October. That's when the NBA season starts. So this, to me, I have no idea what the Celtics might look like next year.
Well, that's the other. They're priced at this one book the same odds as Denver and the Lakers. Like the Clippers are 30-1. The Mavs are 25-30-1. You don't have Tatum. They might. Tim Bontemps, ESPN, said I would trade the other 4 guys.
Wow.
Maybe not Brown, but that's certainly on the table. They're going to have a $500 million payroll if they keep people. You didn't even make the conference finals.
No, I'm in with the Tigers. Have to be.
Yeah.
Too many things would point in their direction. The pros and cons here are not close.
All right, same price. Door 1, Purdy MVP. He was the favorite late in the season 2 years ago. Or door 2, you get the Mavs or Clippers around the same price, 35-1 to win the title.
Well, should we have 3 doors for this one then? Purdy, Mavs, Clippers? Okay, I can't trust the Clippers.
That's fair.
That's completely off.
Yeah, Harden, yeah.
So then they're off the table. And this comes down to the Mavericks, to me, at 25-1, or Brock Purdy for the MVP. Mavericks would be tough because Kyrie's out for how long?
Yeah, I know.
Right? So that's something that's pretty big. I mean, they're going to get Cooper Flagg number 1 overall. Do they make any trades? Like, is anybody here going to get dealt?
I know, I would.
But so let's say they don't. Then it's Cooper Flagg, Klay Thompson, Max Christie, Anthony Davis, P.J. Washington. That's the makeup of the team. The West has been bonkers in the last couple of years. You get a new title winner like every year now, going on 7 straight, right? I couldn't do it. I got to go Brock Purdy. Right. I firmly believe that as long as they stay healthy here, the 49ers are going to have a major bounce back year.
All right. We'll find out what Minnesota's made of tonight. Door 1, OKC minus 1.5 games, minus 250. Or door 2, the Panthers beat Carolina.
It's a good
adjusted series price is the same, 250, 240.
I like them both, to be honest, but I have to go with Florida because my overall reaction was after that game, I don't know if Carolina is going to win a game or not, and Florida just might be that good in the East, so where they just. I know it went 7 games with Toronto. Totally fine. Every matchup's different. Mm-hmm. But I think there's an angle here where Carolina does not get back into this series. And I think Minnesota can make it interesting still, maybe a little bit, against Oklahoma City. Which way would you go?
I'd have to go door 1. Because it's still hockey and Anderson can get hot. And so Carolina's tough at home. Season on the line tonight. They win. I know.
All right. How about this one then? Door 1, after last night, Knicks plus a game and a half, minus 110. or Wolves plus 2.5 games plus 105?
Door 2. The Knicks are in trouble.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Why? What's wrong with you? So I got a couple.
It was a miracle they lost the game.
Yeah, okay, now
Total miracle.
Yeah, okay. Mistake number 1. They're running with them.
Yeah, okay. Concur.
They don't have depth. They're going to get worn out. The games are every other night. This is what Indiana wants. Number 2, you just blew a game. The devastation, an all-time choke. Now you got to come back and do it again. So you got to beat them 5 times. Also, Indiana's not getting enough credit here that they're 5-1 on the road in the playoffs. They took out the Cavs, no problem, and now they go into the Garden and get some great performances from the Knicks, including Brunson, and still win the game. And I don't think the Knicks are going to win in Indiana. They didn't do it last year, and it's a tough place to play.
Yeah, but what were you saying in the third quarter and then midway through the fourth quarter last night?
I'm saying it's going to be a close game. And then I didn't see the run coming when Brunson went to the bench, and they went up 14.
I just think the Knicks are going to get whatever they want offensively in this series. That's what I think, regardless of the pace.
Okay, we could, and some people think the regression's coming. I don't. I think just Indiana's for real in terms of shooting and what. Now the Nesmith thing was crazy. It's never been done before. 6 for 6 from 3 in the last 4 minutes, but it's just Turner, Nesmith, Halliburton, Siakam. Just so many guys that can score and getting good looks and get what they want.
I tell you this: one game in, I'm convinced that it's a terrible matchup for the Pacers against Cat.
That is true.
As long as he keeps his head straight, he should go off every single one of these games. A little NFL here. Door number 1, Bills most wins plus 350, or door number 2, Browns fewest wins 4-1.
Oh, door 1. With the Bills' schedule in that division, and they were one play away from going to the Super Bowl, and I think the Browns can be okay.
Yeah, I would agree. But they're the short shot.
Yeah.
Both of these are the short shots in those markets.
Yeah.
But I think you can come up with a handful of teams that have the fewest wins. Yeah. Giants, maybe.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, with their schedule,
But the Bills' path is really, really good for the number 1 overall seed.
I don't think the Browns will be
most
awful.
wins.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I think whether it's Flacco, whatever they decide to do at quarterback, they could win a couple games. Okay, so tonight or tomorrow, whenever you want to go, but it opens today. Door 1, Mission Impossible IMAX, 2 hours and 50 minutes. Get comfortable. Most expensive movie of all time. Or if you just want to relax, chill, I don't know, whatever your cup of tea is. You know, the Eagles, Tool, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, I'll give you a suite.
Oh, okay, so...
door 1 or door 2? Door 2 would be the music angle, concert suite.
I'm going door number 2. Here's a caveat. You put Tool at the Sphere here in Las Vegas, that's unmatchable to me. Personally, I'd take that over any concert, any movie, any game, any venue, anywhere.
There's a big difference in pricing, though, too, but I guess I could rephrase it, but in terms of...
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, that's fair. If you throw the Sphere in this.
How about that, or hang out with Tom Cruise while you watch Mission Impossible in IMAX? I'd still take Tool. Because that'd be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and probably the best show I'm ever going to see. Although I might go to Mission Impossible tonight because I love this dude and I love his movies.
Well, maybe I could change it to front row. You know, things have changed. When we were growing up, it was all about, okay, you got all these people around you and mosh pits and all this other stuff. Now everyone just sits on the floor and everyone's filming everything with their cameras. So there's no movement. So you're not going to get, run over or anything.
By the way, years ago, you could go to a nice concert for $60. Now, the get-in price for some of this stuff is, what, $225, $250? It's outrageous.
Door 1, relaxing vacation. Or door 2, active, always on the go.
Oh, this is a no-brainer for me. I mean, trust me, I would love to go to Tokyo sometime, very high on the list.
Like when you went to Hawaii, because when I went to Cancun, we had a game plan. There was snorkeling, there was other tourist stuff, but then there was also pool time, and it was all inclusive. So you want to do the bar and the steak dinners and everything. But
right, but I think snorkeling's still relaxing. That's not like, to me, like you're going 1,000 miles an hour. In some of the spots that are on my like dream vacation spots, Tokyo would be one. Spain, obviously up on the list. Those vacations I'd be going nonstop for 16 hours. But give me the beach, give me Hawaii, give me Mexico, give me something like that. And I want to turn the phone off. I want to be like White Lotus. Take my phone for a week. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to see it. Nobody talk to me, and I'll be here on the beach enjoying life.
When I went to Boston, my aunt had a whole game plan. We're going to a doubleheader at Fenway. Then we're going to Lexington and Concord. Then we're going to go to the Salem Witch House. Then we're going to Old Ironsides. Then we're going to Cheers. We didn't make one of them. Then we're going whale watching, which was incredible. I mean, she had a whole thing game plan. There was no
well,
doubt.
that's great, but you got to be able to breathe once in a while,
that's
too.
True. Yeah, but she did an excellent job. NBA playoffs are heating up as we're getting close to the finals, and ProfitX offering the best odds all playoffs long. Peer-to-peer sports exchange available in 40-plus states. Make your picks against other groups of fans rather than against sports books. Exchanges guarantee you the best odds on average by 10 to 20%. You can even request your own odds. Download ProfitX today, code VEASAN. Earn up to $200 in profit cash over your first month. Go get it.
All right, so if you're just tuning in, the fellas here at Circa, Derek, Mike, Jeff, they came on and announced plans for the upcoming football contest this year, one of which is a brand new $100,000 Survivor contest. We'll talk about that and regular Survivor with Greg Jones. L.A. Jones are up next. And also, he has a death book. And yes, it's about betting. I can't wait to ask him about that next.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.